Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here. I'm your host today. Thank you for your support of BlueRidgeSilverhound. I want to personally thank each and every single one of you for joining in on this video today. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy today's content, and feel free to share and subscribe. All the extra bit of support certainly goes a long way during these funny, weird times that we're living in. And speaking of funny and weird, okay, a lot of people as of late, because of the videos I've been posting about, pocket change and various varieties and errors that you could find as a result of scouring through your bankrolls straight up from the bank, I guess, or maybe cracking open that piggy bank to see if you have any hidden gems in there. And I can honestly say I have received a multitude of different questions. Okay, one of the biggest ones, because I've highlighted on all of these great market videos, the Pocket Change Market Report, which, by the way, that one's going to drop here Saturday morning. So tomorrow morning, you guys are going to get another fantastic episode of that. But I figured this would help, kind of be a supplement to a concern that a lot of people have. And that is the ability to sell said coins on the secondary market. Now, generally, secondary market usually means eBay. Okay, it's like the easiest, most accessible. It's like the biggest marketplace out there. There's many millions of people that go there on a daily basis to score some deals or to find some rarities for their collection or for their home. Okay, so it's no surprise that eBay has grown to be the most important e-commerce site for not only a lot of advanced and just people who are savvy on the retail side, but also for new people, okay, that don't necessarily, feel like going to a coin shop to sell their coins, or possibly opening up their own business online or doing the whole Facebook thing, although that's another great option for a lot of folks. And the one big, concern, the one big question that I have been receiving, I would say in the last few months, okay, and I'll tell you why I'm receiving these questions, has been, if the market is so good right now, how come I can't sell anything on eBay as much as I try? Okay, so here's the big deal with this, okay? There are certain things that you can sell immediately, and there are a whole bunch of other things that you can't sell quite as fast. And a lot of that has to do with how competitive is the market? How many other people are selling the same type of coin that you are selling, right? Okay, so that's the first thing that you have to ask yourself. And how do we get to this, realization? It's real simple. You type it into the computer and you see how many people are out there selling the same coin. And then that'll give you kind of like an overall broader, bigger picture on not only what condition of other coins there are out in the marketplace, number one. Number two, how much are they selling it for? Are there a lot of people selling it for a certain price range and they're just kind of stuck there and none of them are selling? Well, that'll help you position your particular listing for a little bit better success. Okay, what if people are selling this one particular double die and there's a bunch of them between $30 and $40? Okay, and the conditions are all kind of like all over the place. As we all know, grading is very subjective. Okay, one person says that the sky is blue, another one, on the contrary, the sky is purple. So, there's really not a whole lot of agreement when it comes to grading, okay? Which grading, for the longest time that there has ever been a coin hobby has been one of those topics to a lot of people, some of the most experienced to some of the rookies, where there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of just back and forth that revolves around grading, okay? And it's with good reason. One person says it's this, the other person says it's this. It's cleaned. No, it's not. It's in hand. I could see it, So there's a bunch of different variables. Now, this is all going to play a huge role when you go to sell your coins on eBay, okay? Pegging down a general kind of like range of grade is going to be paramount as you sell through your coins. Okay, I think the first thing that I think we could all agree on is we'll know if a coin is harshly cleaned or damaged. Okay, that's just one of those things that's inescapable. A picture, if it's clear enough, we'll know exactly what kind of coin it is. Okay, if it's nice raw, it's got a nice brown patina, or maybe it's got a little bit of toning, we could identify and spot these. Now, when it comes to actual circulation wear on coins, one thing we have to understand is you don't want to pinpoint a specific grade onto a coin. Okay, what I mean by that, a 1935 Buffalo nickel. Great looking coin, grades mid-state. I mean, really? I mean, first of all, the coin doesn't look mid-state, and mid-state comprises mid-state 60 to mid-state 70. So, that's one good reason. Another thing to also take into consideration is when someone puts a numerical grade on a coin that's not even graded. So a graded coin will look like this, ladies and gentlemen. A 1953D NGC. This is a mid-state 64. As a matter of fact, it's even a variety. It's a Cherry Picker's Guide variety. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But that is considered what they call a graded coin. A raw coin is not graded. Okay, it's not graded by PCGS or NGC. All right, so when people put a numerical grade onto a coin, that's kind of against eBay policies. They don't want to see a specific numerical grade onto a coin as long as it's not encapsulated by this third-party service. So people will generally put down, oh, it grades XF45. I'm like, how do you know that? Okay, and then you get a lot more people questioning your listing than anything else. And then more than likely, they're going to stay away from those type of listings. They don't want someone who's not a third-party grader to go out and make assessments on their coins. Okay, those are things that I guess are better left to the professionals that you pay money to. Okay, another thing to keep in mind, again, like I had mentioned, use a grade range. Okay, if you think your coin falls in that VF to XF range, put that down. Okay, that means you're not 100% sure if it's, a VF30 or an XF40. All right, but if you put the range there, people are going to respect that a whole heck of a lot more when you go to sell your coins. All right, so that kind of covers a little bit of the grading aspect. Now, of course, if a coin is graded, you'll put NGC, blah, 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 mid-state 58 or whatever grade on there. By the way, there is no mid-state 58, so don't take that at face value. Aha, no pun intended. But you'll put down all the information. Okay, it's even worthwhile to even put the certification number that is printed on the slab label. You'll put that in the actual description box. So that is grading. So keeping your grading kind of vague, a little bit rangy, kind of like point A to point B, and it's like somewhere in the middle. Works out really well. Another thing to keep in mind, okay, photographs are going to be an important factorization when it comes to selling your coins. If the images are too out of focus, if the coin is like too far away from where your camera lens is, okay, these are a lot of things that's going to prohibit you from moving forward into a possible sale. People want to be able to see exactly what you're selling, okay, and that's where we come to varieties and errors. Varieties and errors. Number one, the biggest thing that a lot of people get wrong is the attribution of a coin. All right, is it really an error or is it a variety? Let's start there. We're going to start off very broad. Is it an error or variety, or is it neither? Is it a coin that is damaged? Is it a coin that exhibits machine doubling? Which, by the way, people love machine doubling, and the market has kind of embraced that crazy machine doubling attribute on some coins. Which is neither an error or variety, when it comes to numismatic speak. But starting out, is it an error or a variety? Or is it neither? Is it just a regular coin that's really nice? A type coin is what we call it. So make sure you kind of figure out exactly what that is. An error is all of the mint errors that happen while the coin is being struck. Okay, off center, lamination, misaligned die, brockage, broad strike, clips, Okay, these are all examples of errors. Make sure you know what those are. Second, on the variety side, there's only a few things that really encompass varieties. Doubled dies, whether that's on the obverse or the reverse of the coin. Repunched mint marks. Okay, does it have a repunched mint mark? Is it tilted? Is it north, south, east, west? Whatever. Is it attributed on some of the bigger sites like coppercoins.com, Variety Vista, doubled die? Make sure you know that. And then as far as kind of wrapping up varieties, there's also, like misplaced dates, repunch dates, but those are best reserved for the older coins, Indian head cents, things of that nature. And there's also transitionals. Okay, so that 1992 close AM Lincoln cent is an example of a transitional. Proof dies were used to build business strike coins, which are made for circulation, and they kind of like flip-flopped and you accidentally used one set of dies over the other. All right, so those encompass varieties. Now, as far as a regular coin can just look like this buffalo nickel. Okay, it's a great, what I consider, type coin. It can be of any condition, specific date or mint mark, it doesn't matter. There are some that are more rarer than others, okay, based off of mintage. And those particular coins can be sold as what they are. And then you'll know exactly, if those things were cleaned at one point or if they're damaged. That's all pretty easy to identify. But if you guys have any questions regarding what you have, okay, that's where I would say I would use Facebook, okay? We have a fantastic group called Live Coin Q&A, okay? I'm part of that panel that has this live stream every Monday night. Although we didn't have one last Monday, we're going to have one this upcoming Monday where we talk about coins like this. You don't know if it's this, or this. We're going to help you get there. And then, if you need a little help consultating through the sale, what do you need to do? What do you need to type down in that description body? We'll let you know. It's that simple. So starting there, okay, you want to be able to know what kind of coin you have. Number two, you want to have great pictures. If you have a variety or error, you're going to need some pretty nice close-ups. Now, generally, a smartphone will only get up as close, as it can. Usually it'll take a good full picture of the obverse or the reverse, but trying to get in close to the date can be a challenge. Now, in that point, you're going to have to be creative. Put a magnifier up to the lens of the camera of your smartphone, or perhaps buying a digital microscope, okay, a USB style. Using those type of tools will only enhance your experience, and it'll help people know exactly what they're looking for. All right, so that is when it comes to identifying the coin and drilling down to what you have. Okay, so the biggest main reason that maybe you're not selling your coin is going to be the method in which you're trying to sell it. Are you putting it up as a buy it now listing, okay, and not taking into consideration what the secondary market's doing? Keeping in mind that coins that are graded are going to command a lot more money on the secondary market than the raw examples. Now, usually I wouldn't say that quite applies to varieties, but if it's a rare variety like a 69S doubled die obverse Lincoln cent or a 55 doubled die obverse Lincoln cent, obviously those are a best bet to grade. Now, some of the minor ones that cost like maybe 10, 15, 20, up to like $50 to $100, I would say you could sell those raw pretty confidently. Why spend all the extra money grading the coins when you could just go and sell them on eBay, right? But you gotta take great pictures, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be important. So understanding your marketplace, and that's why at the very beginning of the video, I had mentioned that you need to go and take a look at your competition. All right, it's you versus everybody else. Why is there so many listings? That's another question I get, it's like, I think I have something pretty unique, but I looked on eBay, there's like 40 other coins exactly like it. And that could be discouraging. And it all has something to do with your reference materials that are currently available out there at the retailers. So, I did just show you the Red Book. Okay, this is a 2021. This is what I would say would be the best beginner's book. If you are new to coin collecting, okay, yeah, this has like prices and all that great stuff, but the information that's enclosed in this book is going to be the best amount of information that you'll ever receive when you start in this particular hobby, okay? But the one thing that really kind of, the rubber meets the road type of scenario in which there are a lot more people searching for these varieties and errors is going to be this bad boy. This right here. Just spank that book. Bam! Spank it, spank it. This thing has been a naughty book as of late. This thing is sold out, okay? So what does that mean? Everybody and their brother has a copy of this book, okay? This book right here is an attribution book for some of those marquee varieties. Now, you are going to have varieties in this book, okay? But these are going to be some more of your mainline, more impressive, more expensive varieties. Like I said, the 69S doubled die, the 55 doubled die, the 88O Hot Lips Morgan Dollar. These are all coins that over time have built up a reputation as being some of the most awesome varieties, okay? And that's why that between the Red Book and the Cherry Picker's Guide, that there is such a huge emphasis for varieties, especially the Cherry Picker's Guide types. Now keep in mind, I had mentioned earlier in this broadcast that there are other attribution sites. You don't need the books. The books, I would say, if you're a tangible guy and you like to read it while you're sitting there on the toilet, okay? This is great. That's fantastic, okay? And that's too much of a visual, and I'm sorry about that. But, however, there are a multitude of online resources. If you need the information right away and you don't want to go shopping for the book, that is completely okay. Go online, check out doubleddie.com, check out coppercoins.com, Variety Vista. I guarantee you, you guys will find as much information as you need on those type of sites. As long as you know how to read the information, it's going to be all important for you in order to gain an understanding as to why there are so many coins like yours in the marketplace. It's really you against them. Are you willing to do some pretty crazy things that you probably wouldn't even think, more outside the box stuff? You could take the great photos. You could, build an incredible listing. But have you thought about the listing style? Have you thought about just taking a chance and putting a 7-day auction with a 99-cent price tag to begin and just let it organically grow into a total that is livable to you? Just sell it and don't look back, okay? Because once it's sold, you can go on to the next thing. All right, sometimes those type of listings will set you apart many miles apart from the other people selling the same coin. Hey, you know what? I may have sold my coin for $25 compared to your $40 that you were selling, and yours is in much worse shape, but I got my money now, okay? Those people don't. They're sitting there and they're constantly having to, renew their listing at the end of 30 days. And that's what you don't want. You want to turn and burn these coins. All right. So volume is key when it comes to looking for varieties and errors. The more that you find, the more that you put up on eBay, the more that you sell, and the world is just going to be a better place. Now, when you go and list your coins, make sure that you do something 5 days or longer. Make sure your auctions sell in the evening time, okay? Nothing drives me more crazy than seeing some listings where I've made some pretty phenomenal deals, where some of these listings end at like 6:30 in the morning. Who's up at 6:30, okay? And if people are up, guess what? They're heading to work. They're in the car. They don't have time to BS with the phone and sit there and trying to do the last bid right when it's ending. Okay, you don't want to do that. All right. And another thing to keep in mind, and I know this is going to be just kind of a scary thing to think about: free shipping. Free shipping will get you so many more eyes, so much more attention. You're going to be like the model strutting down, the runway, and everybody's going to be staring at you. Guess what? It says free shipping on my forehead. And that is going to be a huge component to when you sell this. You sell a $25, $30 coin, keep in mind, free shipping. People are going to bid it up another 10%. That seems to be the going rate for free shipping listings. They will bid on it more. You just got to have faith, guys. And that is probably some of the big kind of like key takeaways that I wanted to personally share with you. I have consulted with a bunch of people on their eBay listings. Some quite remarkably successful as a result of using some of my tried and true tips. We could turn that listing that you've been trying to sell for the last 45 or 60 days, and we could get you sold within the week. All right. So take these few tips, okay, to heart. Make sure that when you're going to sell, pictures. People want to know what they're buying. If they can't see what they're buying, if they don't know what they're buying, if you're relying too heavily on pilfering stock photos from, one of those attribution sites, that's not going to work. You're going to fail miserably as a result. But that's going to go ahead and do it. Best of luck to you in all your selling. We're still in the holiday mode. People are still buying errors and varieties. If you have something to say about this video, would love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and post them below down into the comment section. I want to thank each and every single one of you for joining me on this video. Stay tuned for more great stuff. They are going to come. And I am your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that good old bell for instant notifications. And until next time, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. You guys take care and happy hunting.